What's good? It's your boy Luke Mann, and today I've got my ski mask on to protect myself from the sheer blinding speed of shred that can ensue when you synchronize your hands in this fashion. And to be frank, I've got a course out now on synchronizing your hands, and it's called the Hand Synchronization Station. I'm pretty stoked on it. It's pretty next level. It's all the stuff that I use to develop my picking technique, and that's what I'm going to be talking about loosely today. But if you want to see actual results, I recommend checking that out. So you can do so by just signing up for my free course, Alternate Picking Mastery, and there's a link to that in the description, which is also super sick in its own right. And yeah, I'm excited to hop into this. So I'm going to be taking after a little Racer X lick. What we're going to do, I'm tuned down a half step, by the way. We're going to play this lick on the 14th fret of the B string, 14, 15, 17. And then we're going to go to the E string, 14th fret as well. And the thing is, a lot of people get hung up on the little string change here. Okay, because a lot of people, when they play this lick, they want to go down, up, down, down to change the string. And even if you're thinking to yourself, that's not me though, well, it is you. That's why you have to watch this video. Otherwise, you'd just be comfortably playing your guitar unbothered by this little string change. But you're not. You're going like this. Which is cool if you want to economy pick. If you want to continue on another 3 notes on that string, it would be down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you could comfortably change the strings on that little down, down, and then that up, up. But we're talking about alternate picking. That's what Paul Gilbert does in this picking lick. So he's going to go down, up, down, up. And there's an exercise I'm actually talking about in my course, Hand Synchronization Station, that we use just to get to the bottom of that string change and making sure that you're actually changing the string on an upstroke. And what I like to do for that is maybe I'll set a click and I'll be like click, 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 click. And what I'm doing is I'm playing 1 E and a 2. Those are 16th notes I'm subdividing with my mouth. Okay, and so I'm starting on the first downbeat, 1 E and 2, and I'm stopping on the second downbeat. And this is 5 notes, even though it's a 4-note phrase. I'm playing 5 to ensure that I actually bring the whole subdivision, play the whole subdivision properly. Each one of these 4 notes are the same duration as the next. I actually am playing 5 notes, but if I stop on 4, if I went, any one of those notes could just spread across wherever, because I have no parameters, no reference. So there's no buoy, wayfinder in the ocean, okay? So I play that 5th note, and it's very important. And then I would just check and see, okay, I started on a downstroke. So if I play 5 notes, math would suggest that I end on a downstroke. 1. So basically, if you're alternate picking, every even number should be an upstroke. Granted, you started on a downstroke, which would mean all the odd numbers are downstrokes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be on a downstroke. And I would just do that. People get caught up in playing these whole elaborate licks, right? But it's not important to play the whole elaborate lick. What's important is to play this tiny fraction of the lick. And train with the metronome and get faster and faster and faster. And I recommend moving up in increments of 5 beats per minute at a time. So let's say you currently think or believe you can only play 16th notes at 120 beats per minute, or I know you. You probably actually are like, 16th notes? I thought I was just, I just play, I just feel it. It just comes from my soul. Like I just open up, and then that's where my creative juices can flow. And it's like, no, dude, you're so full of it. You've got no creative juices, bro. You sound like a crummy version of Jimi Hendrix. You know, like you're ruining everything that was cool that he did. So essentially, you sound like Kirk Hammett. In other words, you know, and nobody wants to sound like Kirk Hammett. Not even Kirk Hammett himself. You know. Do you understand that the best Metallica solo of all time is Nothing Else Matters? James Hetfield played that solo. Okay. You know, because he has musicality, because he sings, he understands vibrato, timing. You know, James Hetfield would say, like, I want to play a guitar like a drummer. You know, put together. You know, there's a reason why James Hetfield records not only the rhythm guitar, but also the other rhythm guitar on Metallica albums. It's because each person has a perception of time, and nothing's going to be quite as tight as that very same person's perception. So, going back to this, if you have zero perception of timing, you're in a bad spot. You know, you want to be able to hang with the metronome and understand basic subdivision, whether it's a quarter note, eighth notes, triplets, sixteenths, quintuplets, sextuplets, septuplets. Octuplets. You know, you want to have those on fleek so that you could actually line them up and use the metronome, because no matter where we set it, it could be like, or it could be like, if you're not playing to it, then you're not getting any faster or slower. You know, you're not building any technique. And a lot of people ask me, why we play just these small pieces of the solo, you know, because I have a much bigger solo that I want to play. You know, like, when does that become the whole run? When does that turn into... And the answer is when that short-term playing, when this is 50 beats per minute ahead of where you need to be to play that whole lick, that's where it happens, you know? It's like your short-term playing kind of leads the way. It blazes the trail, and it pushes the envelope to make way for your long-term playing, which will follow gradually, because what you're doing when you just push the metronome is you're acclimating. You're getting your fingers and your hands more and more adapt to these higher tempos. And when you make those adaptations unknowingly, by ultimately bringing the metronome up, your hands don't move quite as far. Your pick doesn't make such dramatic strokes anymore. You know, everything kind of tightens up while staying relaxed. And that's what you want for playing fast. That's what's going to allow you to play a longer solo at a higher tempo. But you don't practice the whole solo and try to collectively get that up to top speed. That's just not the way to go about doing it. Okay? So yeah, this lick, right, we go... Just go up and down your B minor scale. Okay, it's like simple stuff. Okay? Then play your B minor arpeggio. This is a cool Paul Gilbert lick. So that's 16, 15, 14, 19 on the E string, okay? 16 on the G, 15 on the B, 14 on the E, 19 to 14 on the E. And then that's 12, 14, 15, 14, 12 on the E, 15, 14, 12 on the B. This is some sweep picking, it's not alternate picking to start. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's 11, 12, 14 on the B, 10, 12, 14 on the E. Little slide from 12 to 14. Vibrato and or vibrato bar. All right. So that's the cool lick. If you pay attention to the things that I said, you actually implement them, it will help your fast playing quite greatly. Okay, remember that I have a free course available for alternate picking. It's called Alternate Picking Master. There's a link for it in the description below. The people that sign up for that is who I'm serving my brand new course, which is freaking legendary in its own right. And it's called Hand Synchronization Station. It's going to be available through that list. So you can check it out there. And if you're thinking to yourself, man, this guy seems to kind of like have more of an idea as to how to develop good picking technique than the average person that I've talked to. That's kind of interesting, you know. And I've spent like 16 years trying to do this by myself to no avail. So like, yeah, if that's your case, you know, you think maybe you want to work with me personally, there's a link for that in the description. If you fill that out, I'll give you a call completely for free. I'll check out your situation, see where you're at, you know, and if it's a good fit, then we can talk about working together, but we'll see, you know. All right. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and or comment and or subscribe. And if not, keeping everything G-rated. Talk to you soon.